विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आज आपण नवं उदाहरण बघूया. द 9th illustration. Kranti and Sumangala are partners sharing profits and losses in their capital ratio. So what is their capital ratio? Kranti's capital is 1,20,000 and Sumangala's is 40,000. So find out its ratio. 12:4 means 3:1. Yes, their capital ratio is 3:1. So this capital ratio is their profit sharing ratio as mentioned in the problem. From the trial balance given below and adjustments, you are required to prepare final accounts. The trial balance is in T form, simple to understand. Debit balances, opening stock, trading account, purchases, trading account, debtors are assets, bills receivable is asset, wages, trading account, investment is asset, postage, insurance is indirect expenditure, will be debited to profit and loss account. Plant and machinery is asset, salaries, profit and loss account. Prepaid rent. Prepaid rent is asset. It is not just rent. Otherwise, it would have been expense. This is prepaid rent. This account is prepaid rent account, and we know that prepaid rent account is not nominal account. Therefore, it will not be debited to profit and loss account. Prepaid rent account is representative personal account. So personal accounts are not shown, are not posted to trading or profit and loss account. They are shown, the balances of personal accounts are shown in the balance sheet. Therefore, prepaid rent account being the personal account will be shown in the balance sheet and it will be shown on asset side. This prepaid rent is already deducted from the rent. Bad debts, it's loss. Furniture is asset. Cash in hand is asset. Sales return will be deducted from the sales. Capital, Kranti, Sumangala. Sales, trading account, credit side. Sundry creditors is liability, bills payable is liability. Commission. What is this? Is it commission paid or received? How can we determine? Consider its balance. It is in the list of credit balances, means this commission account is having credit balance, and when commission account is having credit balance, it is income for the business. Its indirect income will be credited to profit and loss account. Its commission received. Purchase returns will be deducted from purchases. So no hidden adjustment is there in the trial balance, and all the items are already we have discussed in the previous problems. No new item is there. Now adjustments. Closing stock is valued at cost price 28,000 and market price rupees 32,000. May it be cost price or market price, it doesn't matter. The price whichever is lesser, that matters. And which is the lesser amount? 28,000 will be shown in the final accounts and the higher amount will totally be ignored. Don't consider the 32,000. Forget it. Insurance is paid up to 30th June 2019. Go to the trial balance and see what amount have been spent on insurance this year. And we can see that for insurance we have paid 7,500 this year. What we have paid? Rupees 7,500. So though we have paid for insurance this year, the coverage of insurance, I mean the benefit of insurance, will be enjoyed by the business till 30th June 2019, and the current year for which we are preparing the final accounts is ending on 31st March 2019. So after 31st March it will be the next year. So April, May and complete June. We have paid for the next 3 months insurance. Means expenditure made this year or paid this year but for the next year. And this expenditure is what? Prepaid expenditure. That means out of 7,500, this amount of insurance is always for 12 months. 3 months insurance is prepaid insurance. So 7,500 into 3 divided by 12, I mean 1/4 of 7,500 will be 1,875. Yes. So 3 months insurance, that is of rupees 1,875, belongs to the next year, that is prepaid insurance. It is not of the current year, therefore it will be deducted from the insurance, and the actual expenditure on insurance for this year is 5,625. This is the insurance for this year, for the current year. Means out of 7,500, 1/4 amount belongs to the next year, that is prepaid, and 3/4 amount belongs to the this year, and therefore the expense for this year will be shown in the profit and loss account outer column. And you know that prepaid insurance will be shown on asset side. The 3 months insurance, the months which are covered in the next year, that 3 months insurance is prepaid insurance, therefore it is shown on asset side. Outstanding expenses, wages, salaries will be added to the expense and will be shown on liabilities side. You know that. Book value of plant and machinery is to be reduced to 13,000. The book value, the value which is in our books as per our trial balance, that value is to be reduced to 13,000. Means now we will have to consider its value at 13,000 now. The value given in the trial balance is 15,000, and in order to show it at rupees 13,000, we will have to deduct 2,000 from that. So the reduction in the fixed asset is what? Depreciation. So actually we are depreciating the plant and machinery by rupees 2,000. This depreciation will be debited to, yes, profit and loss account. Depreciate furniture by 5%. They have given the percentage of depreciation instead of suggesting the depreciation in the another way as it was suggested in the fourth adjustment. They have clearly said that furniture is to be reduced by 5%. So you know how to do it. Furniture is of rupees 12,500, it's 5%, 625. So the exact amount of furniture today, the value of furniture today is 11,875, and this depreciation will be debited to profit and loss account. Then provide further bad debts of rupees 800. After preparation of trial balance, we have come across another bad debts of rupees 800. After the closure of the books, we have got these bad debts of rupees 800. These debtors have turned bad. So as the books of accounts are closed, I mean trial balance is prepared, we can't go to the bad debts account to debit it, and we can't go to the debtors account to write off the amount, I mean to credit it. We can adjust these bad debts in the final accounts. We will have to add 800 to the old bad debts which were found before preparation of trial balance, and some new bad debts, further bad debts were found after preparation of trial balance. So total loss because of debtors is 1300 in the form of bad debts. 500 plus 800, 1300. And these are new bad debts will be deducted from debtors. So we can see 1 lakh minus 800. Actual debtors today are of rupees 99,200. Goods of rupees 3000 distributed as a free sample. This is advertisement. So we can see its effect in the profit and loss account to advertisement, goods of rupees 3000, and what entry we would have passed, journal entry. If we are not preparing final accounts, what would we have been the journal entry for this advertisement account debit to purchases account? So we will have to deduct rupees 3000 from purchases, but instead of deducting it from purchases, I mean instead of deducting the amount from debit side, we can credit it to the trading account. Effect will be the same. Instead of deducting from debit side, we can credit this amount to that account. So outward movement of goods is credited to the trading account by selling the goods are going out, so sales are credited to trading account. Then goods distributed as free sample, goods are going out of the business, that is also credited to trading account. When goods are withdrawn by the proprietor or partner, that will also be credited to trading account. And other outward movements means goods destroyed by fire, goods lost by theft. So outward movement of goods is credited to trading account, and the goods which are remained unsold at the end of the year, called closing stock, is also credited to trading account along with the other items of outward movement of goods. So the point is that instead of deducting the amount from debit side, we can credit the amount to the trading account. So buy goods distributed as free sample 3000. So this is the problem, not actually the problem, it is just a practice of simple items and adjustments of final accounts. Compare the two sides of trading account, and thereby we will get either gross profit or loss. If credit side is greater than that of debit side, then it will be gross profit. The credit balance of trading account, the credit balance of trading account means credit side is greater and debit side is shorter. That amount is called gross profit. It appears on the credit side of profit and loss account. By comparing the two sides of profit and loss account, we can find out either net profit or net loss. If profit and loss account shows credit balance, it's net profit, and if profit and loss account shows debit balance, means debit side, expenditure side is greater than income side, obviously it's loss. And here we can see the debit side is greater than credit side by rupees 6275, that is the net loss for the business. and therefore as net profit gets added to the capital, obviously net loss will be deducted from capital. The journal entry will be, as profit and loss account is getting credited, means this entry is being recorded on credit side of profit and loss account, obviously capital account is getting debited. Kranti's capital account debit, Sumangala's capital account debit to profit and loss account. Profit and loss account credit by Kranti's capital account by Sumangala's capital account. This is the way to transfer the net loss. And we can see the adverse effect of loss on the capitals of the partners, their contribution in the business, their stake in the business getting reduced because of loss. Ultimately, they are responsible for this loss. So their capital is reduced by their share in the loss. The net loss have been shared in their profit sharing ratio, which is taken to be the capital ratio, which is the capital ratio of the partners as specified in the problem. And ultimately we get the balance sheet tallied. Now you solve this problem yourself in the notebook and get your solution confirmed. Then you will feel confident about the solution of problems based on final accounts of partnership firm. Thank you very much.